Here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada at the 2025 NPC Legends Classic with our overall Classic Physique champion, Mr. Sam Sulek. Congratulations, you look absolutely incredible. My pleasure.
Feels good.
It does feel good.
Sam Sulek just won his first ever bodybuilding show last weekend, and it took the fitness and bodybuilding community by storm.
Everywhere I go, I see his face.
Not only did he win his own class, but also the overall, beating people with many more years of experience. And everyone had something to say about his performance, what he did well, what he could improve on, and what predictions of whether or not he could turn professional at his next show, being the Arnold Classic Amateur in a few weeks' time. Well, I want to take that one step further. So if given enough time and effort, could Sam Sulek go as far as qualifying and potentially ever winning the biggest competition in bodybuilding, the Classic Physique Mr. Olympia? Well, to actually come up with an answer, we first have to understand what it takes to win the Mr. Olympia in Classic Physique. Aside from having a very handsome mustache, please adopt me, the division of Classic Physique is ruled by razor-sharp conditioning, balanced proportions, and posing abilities that channel the aesthetics of the golden era. I mean, the class actually started as a means to get bodybuilding closer to the aesthetics of Arnold, Frank Zane, and Big Lenny. Champions like Chris Bumstead, especially, have set the standard of Classic Physique incredibly high, and he was really the first guy to ever make it super popular. I would argue as popular as Open nowadays. Chris's combination of size, shape, and flawless stage presence, combined with being insanely handsome, pretty much makes him the gold standard for a Classic Physique Mr. Olympia in many people's eyes. Other top-tier competitors like Ramon Dino, Mike Sommerfeld, and Oas Kaleshinsky continue to push for that title. And now that Super Mario is retired, someone new will have to come up as the next bodybuilding superstar. So where does my man Sam Sulek fit into all this? Well, his strengths are that he has incredible fullness, thick muscle bellies, and he's very upper body dominant. He has millions of followers across multiple social media platforms because of his great physique, but mostly because he's just a chill guy who does what he likes.
Don't tell the people around me, but I'm gonna go blow up the bathroom.
He is incredibly genuine and honestly one of my favorite YouTubers in the gym community. But of course, bodybuilding at the highest level is more about just having standout body parts and being a cutie patootie. You can, in theory, have the biggest back in the world, but it means nothing if you have weak calves. No way, that's just me.
Oh! No calves for you.
The competition at the top level is fierce, and to even qualify for the Olympia, let alone win, takes refinement from multiple areas. However, Sam does have a couple of advantages, one of the biggest being his natural structure. The shape of his physique is simply favorable for bodybuilding, giving him that dense and complete look, aka his weaknesses don't become very visible, at least for the upper body. He also seems to respond incredibly well to his combination of PEDs, training, and dietary regimens, despite containing supraphysiological amounts of chocolate milk. Honestly, his ability to just put on muscle size in a short period of time is just borderline absurd. You can just tell how much he has improved since he just started posting on YouTube versus now, and that's while doing everything on his own. His presence on social media has also created a massive following, which could give him the edge in terms of sponsorship and industry support. And if we're being real, having that level of exposure never hurts when it comes to bodybuilding politics. But Sam being Sam seems like he doesn't care much about that, and he's probably making more than enough money to sustain his bodybuilding career from just ad revenue alone. And I respect that. His primary strength for bodybuilding though is his size, because even in his early 20s, Sam is already carrying a level of mass that many seasoned pros struggle to build over an entire career. Greg Doucette, for example, didn't even get his pro card until age 36 or so, though that was in open bodybuilding. However, Sam has already filled out his weight class, at least for the amateur level, which is 216 pounds for a guy at around 5'11". Now, if he can actually maintain that muscle or even build out his weaknesses while getting a bit leaner, he could be a real contender at high-level competitions. However, his weight could also pose an issue, because if he's already maxed out his weight limit, then improvements in muscle size aren't really gonna be possible unless he swaps to a different class like Open, or maybe if he loses muscle in some areas to become more balanced. Now for the part that everyone debates, what does he need to improve to truly be a Classic Physique Olympian? Now, I'm not a bodybuilding judge, so I cannot say exactly what he's lacking on stage, but I can at least give my opinion.
That's my opinion!
Sam has an impressive physique, no doubt, especially his back lat spread. That thing looks like a straight Dorito. But an Olympia level Classic Physique requires a level of leanness that exposes virtually every detail in the muscle. You should at least look like you're on the casting for Dragon Ball Z.
We need to train.
But Tian, the doctor
doctor said if your shoulders get any bigger...
That's why we don't see him anymore.
We're talking skin-thin conditioning, striations in places you didn't even know you could have striations, and Sam hasn't yet showcased that level of shreddedness. And I'm excited to see if he can bring that up at the Arnold Amateur. Considering he works alone and he doesn't have a prep coach, I think his conditioning is very good for a first-timer though. But based on the videos I was able to garner from his recent competition, posing might be his biggest stepping stone for now. Guys like C-Bum didn't just win on muscle, they won by their ability to present their physiques masterfully. But Sam's style leans more towards a casual or even mass monster aesthetic rather than an artful posing of classic physique. If he wants to succeed, I think he will need to work with some posing coaches and learn how to keep his lower body tight. Specifically, I think his lower body, especially the hammies and the buttocks, have to come up quite a bit if he wants to turn pro. Turning pro in the first place is of course the first major step forward right now, and winning the Arnold Classic Amateur could get him there. But after turning pro, he would need to compete in IFBB Pro League shows, place highly and earn enough points to qualify for the Olympia, or go the other route and win a high-level pro show. Historically speaking, it can take many years for even gifted bodybuilders to even get on the Olympia stage, and few ever actually make it. But if Sam dedicates himself fully to the bodybuilding life, he hires a coach, he perfects his conditioning, he refines his posing, then I do think he actually has a real shot at qualifying for the Olympia in a few years' time. Winning it though, that is an entirely different conversation. Beating competitors like Ramon Dino, Urs, or Mike Sommerfeld would require years of refinement, learning the intricacies of the sport, but also the PEDs, how to peak for a show and how to perfect the visual aspect of competing, like his tan.
Oh, thank you. But you said bless you, right?
While I believe that Sam has the genetic tools to become good, he might not have the genetics to become great, as in potentially winning the Olympia or even placing top 5. If you compare his structure and outline to the top pros, it's actually fair to say that he doesn't have the 0.01% bone structure, muscle shape, despite being very good for his age. Could Sam Sulek qualify for the Classic Physique Olympia? Yes, absolutely. He has the raw talent, the size, the work ethic to make it to the biggest stage in bodybuilding. Could he win the Olympia? No, I don't think it's possible, especially since Classic Physique is still a growing class and more talent is coming out every single year. The standards are getting higher, and even if Sam came in leaner than Chris Bumstead, I don't think he would actually win the show, even if he improved a lot from his current standpoint.
Alright, day number... leg day.
But hey, if bodybuilding has taught us anything, it's that anything is technically possible, and if Sam truly commits to it, maybe, just maybe, we'll see him on the Olympia stage standing with a trophy in his left hand and a jug of chocolate milk in the other. But what do you guys think? Does Sam actually have the potential to make it to the Olympia stage? And do you think he'll even turn pro at the Arnold? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and as always, I will see you all